Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Morning. Well, we've had an interesting move overnight. We come up. I'll show you here. Let's just use the volume profiles. I think it was yesterday. We had a pretty good move up yesterday, actually. And, you know, a lot of that retraced. And now we're up again. We actually made a slightly higher high. I think there's a pretty good chance that we could touch this point of control here. There's also a pretty good chance that we could touch this high volume node here. And if we look at the E-mini, that's well, we'll keep it zoomed out. We've been on a pretty good run here, especially since this. But we could test lower today. It's a Friday, and it's a 3-day weekend because it's President's Day. Oh, my phone is causing noise. Let's move that. So I think that we will probably have a move, and it'll be quick, and then it'll be done. And then at that point, I'll probably be stuck in a trade and unable to get out of it and be really frustrated. That's usually what happens. So let's avoid that. Okay, let's pull in all the links. Oh, let's pull this one out, yeah. Where are you, Discord? Good morning. Okay. So we are getting some movement down. But we're well above the VWAP. So I'm going to hold off here for a bit. Oh, it looks like Bitcoin Cash caught up. That's interesting. Good morning, Anthony. Yeah, so something that I've noticed that's kind of interesting. We have a... Oh, let's wait before I start yapping a little bit. So I just posted the link and people are just getting in. It does look like some pretty good cumulative delta down in the 5-year. They may be trying to push it below the VWAP, so keep a close eye on this. Cool. Trading with MT5 through Jigsaw Day Trader. I thought that they already added that. I guess they haven't made a video about it though. And take a few bites here. Okay. All right, so what I wanted to show you was, if we come over here, so here's the Bitcoin Cash chart, and I have it on 6 hours, and late yesterday, so I'm gonna say late yesterday afternoon, right? We had a move up in Bitcoin Cash. But if you look at Bitcoin, it happened 4 bars ago. So it took 6 hours for Bitcoin Cash to finally catch up. Which is kind of interesting, isn't it? Now, I think it could be Bitcoin Cash, for some reason on my oscillator, looks a little expensive here. When we had this candle move up, it was not justified by the underlying volume. I don't know. I think though that if we get above this 1600, which was kind of, there was this whole thing too. And we really got to get back to 2505. But I think maybe that's deterring a couple of people. That really killed a lot of people's dreams. Whereas in Bitcoin, they kind of, I don't know, expected it. They didn't get hit as hard from that particular point. It's a little bit of a gut check. But it's interesting that Bitcoin Cash is trailing. Now, are we seeing the same thing in Ethereum? Now see, Ethereum has not moved with these ones. Not very much, at least. Ethereum has been lagging. That could be because Ethereum has had some more hacking problems. Yeah, yummy. But you get what I'm saying? Like, here in Bitcoin Cash, it was like, okay, at this point, all of the Bitcoin Cash users are still like, oh yeah, I got in at 300 and things have been going pretty good for me. And then, the floor fell out from underneath of them. And the Bitcoin people had already felt it, So for them to go from 2,500 and they had, much more than a 50% retracement after that was pretty brutal. Pretty brutal, I'd say. So, yeah. Bum, 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 ba-dum. I don't know. There's some decent volume going through here back and forth. I don't really want to mess with it. Oh, yes, how much ZCL did we get? Been mining in this special mining pool. Oh, I almost have 0.1. Okay, so if I continue doing this, I might get one Bitcoin private. I don't know. There must be some really big miners on this thing. Is it normal to get 500? Is this working right? Let's go to what to mine. And this was ZCL, right? Z Classic. Ugh, yeah, it's not very no wait, that's not right. I don't know. It doesn't seem right. It's in K souls, isn't it? Okay, so we are coming back to the view up. think I could safely short it right there if they fill me. Anthony, I burnt myself on November when it had a huge pump. Yeah. Well, remember I said, you know, when we came off the end of that consolidation range, it was a really good buy, and the indicator said that it was a good buy. And it was, but I remember in that video I also said there's a risk that because Bitcoin is going down, that this will go down also. And so we could probably have another move down. And if we do, I want to buy more. And I did that. I bought more twice after that. But man, you know, I really underestimated that because I thought, oh, it's going to pull back and we're going to lose like 10, 20%. No, it was like 80%. So I'd have to say that even though I still believe in the Bitcoin Cash trade, I definitely was wrong about some things on that trade. And I feel bad about it because I made a video and everything. I was looking at the Ethereum USD pair on data mesh, especially on the short side. How should that be interpreted? So I haven't looked at the data mesh, but I'm going to guess that you're seeing a lot of shorts, huh? Oh no, that's they pulled off. That's interesting. Well, okay, so my interpretation of that is this. And we were just talking about this a few moments ago, but you probably missed it. If we look at all of the other instruments, all of the other cryptocurrencies, they've had a pop in the last 3 bars, and here in Ethereum we've been in a range here. See that? See how we've been in a range, but then when you look at Bitcoin Cash 3 bars ago, we had a pretty good move up. Well, there's been some bad news. Okay, that was a bullshit, Phil. Oh wait, there's been some bad news in the Ethereum community. They had to, what was it? There was some talk of another fork, and some people lost some more money to hackers and stuff like that. And when that happened, you know, that's a big problem with Ethereum. And Ethereum, from a valuation perspective, to me appears incredibly undervalued. And I believe the reason that is because there is a lot of extrinsic factors from the fear of hackers stunting the growth of Ethereum. So this move here, and I show you, this move here in the Ethereum shorts coming off, it's not necessarily a ton. Let's just move out just to be sure. Okay, yeah, so it's not necessarily a ton, but this says to me that there was some people that were shorting Ethereum because of the hacking news, and they decided that because the rest of the market is going up that they should get out. So that doesn't necessarily mean that Ethereum is going to move up now, because we still need some buyers to come in. But it's a really good sign, right? Because if buyers come in, there's going to be less resistance now because the shorts have given up. That's how I read that. Bum, 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 ba-dum. There is one guy you should listen. It is Adam Meister. He is wild but connected. Adam was talking about Z Private at least 1 month ago, way before everybody. He already knew it. With the Zcast was a great deal pump and dump. Well, so is here. Let me show you. So I mined it last night. Oh, come on. It doesn't show me the graph. I'm hitting between 400 and 600k sol or solar, whatever it is. And I ran it all last night and I made almost 0.1. It won't show me the graph for some reason, but I made almost 0.1 Bitcoin private. So I'm sitting here like, is it going to be worth it? Like, what is this thing going to debut at? You know? So I'm a little skeptical if I should keep doing this until I can't anymore, or if I should just go back to mining garlic coin. My garlic coin did been doing okay, by the way. It's actually at a reasonable place now. And you know, it moves still. You know, the market's up 10%. Garlic coin's up 10%. I really like it. If one was to want to acquire a lot of garlic by buying it on the market, would not necessarily be a bad strategy to do that. I'm not saying this is the best time to do it, but it looks attractive to me. Especially since, according to my calculations, this should be worth like $100 at some point. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want there to be a fork, and I want to dump it. And, well, but the question is, where are you going to be able to... It's not going to be Zcash, it's going to be Bitcoin private, right? So the question is, where am I going to be able to trade Bitcoin private so that I can dump it? Am I going to be able to do it on Bittrex? If I can do it on Bittrex, then we're good. We're totally good. And so basically there are no people shorting it anymore, and when buyers come in, the price will advance pretty easily. Yeah, essentially. I mean, it's not like there's no people shorting it anymore, and shorters could come in at any time, but I'd say generally that's an indication that it will be easier to buy it. You know, if I was going to make a short-term trade, I think that buying Ethereum right here would be a really good short-term trade. Okay, so now Anthony has an interesting question, which is, don't you think it's weird BitGrail got hacked, but only with the Nano? Why not all the other coins? Because the owner is lying, obviously. Come on. No, here's what happened. Here's what happened from my understanding. Maybe I need to go and read into this a little bit deeper because I haven't seen anything about it in the past few days. But when this was all going on, the conclusion that I made was that the owner of the exchange didn't utilize their API properly, and they were running into an issue where people were getting more RAI blocks than they should have when they did trades. And the exchange owner decided that he could just cover it and hide it from everybody. Because if they told everybody that that's what was happening, then obviously his exchange would go kaput and everybody would pull their stuff out. So he lied, thought that he could cover it, and then there was a crash in the cryptocurrency market. And so he no longer had any way to cover it. So to try and cover his ass, he has created this lie that they got hacked. I don't believe he got hacked. I haven't seen any proof that he was hacked. I have seen some pretty strong evidence, though, that people were receiving more coins than they should have from the exchange. Yeah, very strange that anyone dares to question that. Why only RAI blocks? Exactly. Like, why does it... Are there people out there that actually believe him? So I think he's full of crap. I guess this was kind of the problem from the beginning, right? Because I said, oh, I really like RAI blocks, but it's not available on any of the exchanges that I'm on. Or can you imagine? You know, we all really liked it. I think I would have gotten out of RAI blocks before this had happened, but come on. We could have had people in this. What a mess. Very disappointing. And I have to wonder, you know, like, what does it actually take to start an exchange? I know you need like the matching algorithms and I mean, I can do a couple of the technical background things, but I would need like a really good network engineer. It just seems like a really big project that I couldn't just do on my own for sure. And yet here's this freaking idiot is running an exchange. How does that happen? Everything has different wallets. Another thing about RAI blocks is no time data, which is really bad in my opinion. They sacrificed time data for faster speed. Okay, that's interesting. I need to look into that. So I want to know why RAI blocks is so fast. I mean, I liked the concept, which was... Okay, so I'm just looking at this thing right here, and it's like, I would never... There's no way that I got filled at 14.5, and it came back. So I feel like that last trade was kind of not legitimate. And I don't know if I would have gotten filled at the 15 or not. Well, it is a pump since day one. Well, I mean, almost everything is a pump from a certain perspective, isn't it? I think that there are some fundamental things about RAI blocks that are very attractive. But yeah, it totally got pumped though, right? Somebody said, oh, I like this coin. I'm going to buy as much of it as I can and pump it up. And so, you know, it's not like the price increase was not undeserved to some extent. It's just it went way further than it should have. especially when you consider the limited availability. Couldn't get it anywhere, and then it turns out that like one of the few places that you could actually trade it for was basically being run by a scammer. I'm planning to invest in Polyswarm. It's opening in 4 days. Okay, so is that like a an IOTA-like coin? It's a swarm, so it would be more efficient. That Polyswarm, isn't that kind of like, did you need the poly and the swarm in the name, guys? I like the sound of it, though. I really like the sound of it. Tired of all these hacks, so I am excited to bet on white hats. Okay. Well, they look like they're going to touch a new high. The pretty decent VWAP bounce there. It's an ICO. So is it, how do you pay in for the ICO? Can you buy in with dollars, or is it like one of those Ethereum contract sort of things? So one of the things that bothers me is, well, it doesn't bother me, but it's just a lot of the projects I've seen come out that sounded interesting to me were Ethereum contracts. And it's like, well, I'm kind of already invested in Ethereum. I'm much more interested in coins that you know, are their own thing. Especially if I can mine it. If I can exploratory mine it, really love that. There needs to be a coin. Yeah, you buy it with Ethereum. Yeah. See. I mean, I have some Ethereum, but I'm just not sure that I want to give up my Ethereum right now. See, the Ethereum and the Bitcoin Cash, that's like the core here, right? So if I want to get into something else, I think I'm going to wait until March. And then I'm probably going to be like, oh, I should have bought it. Yeah. But in this case, is it an Ethereum contract, or are you just buying it with Ethereum? And if that's the case, why did they choose Ethereum? Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just kind of curious on what their the first decentralized marketplace where security experts build anti-malware engines that compete to protect you. Huh. Well, now that's interesting. I have to say, Malwarebytes has been a total pill with the crypto mining. Some crypto miners it's okay with, and some crypto miners it says, oh, this is a crypto miner. Insecurity is the key in this business, yeah. I've been pretty paranoid about it. Like with the whole wallets and keys thing, you know, it's like I'll make a if I'm, you know, gonna have my own wallet, because sometimes I just, if it's like a short-term thing, I've just mined them straight to the exchange. But like with the garlic coin, for instance, I made the wallet and then I printed out the keys and walked away, you know, uninstalled it basically, because I'm so paranoid that somebody would try and do something, try and pull the coins out. And I have all of the virus I've got like Nod 32 and malware bytes and all that. Too many people are just scared to get in because of all these hacks. Yeah. Well, I think, you know, I know everybody hates Coinbase, but it's been pretty good as of late. Of course, when it goes up, it's going to go down, and then you're not going to be able to get out, but they're getting better. And they have that relationship with trading technologies. That's attractive. Okay, 3,000, and they didn't push through. Hmm. Well, I can't, because I was sitting here talking and now watching it, I can't really say what I would have done if I hadn't actually gotten filled at 14.5. What is the point to make money if you already know sooner or later you could be hacked? Well, this is one of the problems that I have with the whole hold thing. I mean, yeah, you're right that some of the biggest gains are going to be had by holding the coin for a really, really long time. But at least in the case of Bitcoin, wow, so this is really going. So I'm just going to stand on the sideline here. So I don't see a level break play here. I feel like if I bought at 20, that I could just, yeah, there's an iceberg right there, in fact. Okay. Yeah, the best gains are going to be had by holding. But in some of the more mature coins like Bitcoin, I say, it gets overdone, you should get out. And holding seems to me to be just like a meme that the more savvy Bitcoin players use against you, because they're allowed to sell and take advantage of the market swings, and you don't. And so they're basically taking money from you when that happens. And then, you know, you're holding the coins on your machine. You may lose the keys, if it's happened to a lot of people, or you just get hacked. Happens a lot too. And I feel like, sometimes I feel like hold is, that the reason why some people push hold so much is because they want to take advantage of you. Maybe that's just paranoid conspiracy theory bullshit, but that's just how I feel, you know? Properly secured wallet doesn't get hacked. Trusting in exchange is another matter, but eventually any institution can be hacked as technology expands. Yeah, totally true. You know, and I'm actually okay. Wow, I'm just really surprised that they just took that other leg just right away. On a Friday too. On a Friday too. So was there some piece of news or something that I missed? Let's double check here, because this does seem a little odd. Well, so on Friday. Oh yeah, we did have building permits was good. Import prices was good. I don't know why we're moving up. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, trusting exchange. I mean, some exchanges do have better security than you probably have on your own machine. That's true, but then on the other hand, they're a bigger target. And, you know, there's other risks there, like that your exchange will go down. That's the deal. The one who creates a system that solves this insecurity will hit the jackpot. Hope so. Yeah, you know, but my point is, there's a risk to pretty much everything that you do. I think that you should do a little bit of everything. So that means, yes, you should have some coins on the exchange. You should have some coins that are properly encrypted in a wallet on your machine. And you should have some coins that are in cold storage. And you should have some coins that you hold for a really long time, and you should have some coins that you just take for pump and dumps. If you're going to trade, if you're a trader, I think that you should do all of the above. And some people want to say, oh, you should just stick it all in cold storage. No. No, don't do that. Have some on the exchange so that when there's a pump and dump, you can sell and take advantage of the temporarily overextended high prices. Because some of these things in cryptocurrencies, to me, seem like easy calls. Like when Coin was up at like 600 Satoshi, easy call. I sold some, never regretted it. And I was able to do really great things with the coin that I sold from Coin. Like half of my profits have been from that. And there's all these people that are like, no, hodl, no. Dude, it's going to go down. If you have like an 80% probability that it's going to go down, sell some and buy it back lower. And of course, it's also good to use a variety of ways to store and split your wealth. Yep. You know, yeah, you can hold some things. Some things you should hold, and maybe you should have a little bit that you hold for a long time and some bit that you trade, and spread the risk out. I use Ledger Nano S for most of my stuff, but those are tough to buy these days. Oh, is that one of those hardware wallets? Okay, so it's coming off a little bit now. 200 was where we first saw some absorption. Oh, actually, we saw some at 19 too. So what are people saying in bonds? Good morning. Looking at 120 to 190. So he took one and probably didn't actually hold that trend and bond upside bias. ZN is balanced for unwinding pressed shorts. The data is bearish for bonds. Now I just scratched a short. Oh, Tucker says, that's exactly why I'm not involved in crypto. It's essentially an unregulated marketplace, tremendously speculative, crazy volatility, and likely very thin. Yeah. Well, I say, do not. Okay, let me back up. Okay, in Treasuries, you can open up a DOM in Treasuries, watch it every day, and develop an edge. It's almost in some cases, I think it's almost kind of like a subconscious edge. There are times where I just know what it's going to do, and I'm not sure that I adequately explain how. I can say there are things that I watch for. I look when we take up and there's immediately 3,000. When we were sitting just at the high and there was 3K on the bid, and I was like, well, it looks like they really want to
Tucker
try and
said
push
exactly.
through.
You can just feel it.
Yep. In cryptocurrencies, you can't do that. It's so thin that any big fish not even a big fish, just a guy with a few $1,000s can come in and completely screw up your trade on a short-term trade. And so in cryptocurrencies, I would say you have to already have some edge. Now, the good news is that cryptocurrency market, in my opinion, is so poorly informed and so clueless about how markets actually work that it's really easy to find that edge. Yeah? And we discuss them every day here, you know? We discussed one this morning. We can see very clearly that there was some shorts in Ethereum that got pulled off. And Ethereum has not followed the other cryptocurrencies up like they all went yesterday. Ethereum is a pretty good buy here. I say 60% chance that you could get a good move today in Ethereum. And if you don't get it, it'll probably just be flat and you break even. That's edge, right? That's edge that for some reason most of the participants in the cryptocurrency market aren't aware of. So yeah, there you go. It's worse than CL. Yeah, freaking CL is just... I really wonder with CL why the CMA does the contract the way that they do, because it discourages you from putting in limit orders, you know. Basically in CL,
from an order flow perspective, how quick/reliable is execution through any given exchange? ZN I can order/cancel as fast as I can click. Same for GDAX.
Yeah, I would say that GDAX is pretty close to that. The problem with the GDAX is that the tools that you get just aren't as good, you know. I think it would be fun to be able to have a full-on DOM on GDAX and put, you know, big orders and pull them and mess around, that sort of a thing. But with their interface, you can't do that. You can, with their interface, you can basically go in and say, okay, I want to buy. Oh, I don't want to buy anymore, and cancel it. But that's about it. So,
Alligator said Eurex is a very fast and reliable exchange.
Yeah. Anyways, with CL, the way I look at trading in CL is if you put a limit order in CL and you get filled, you're probably wrong. Right?
Tucker said only reason I mentioned GDAX is cause Bookmap supports data from there. I can see like 30 coins, bid at different levels, but typical order size is very, very thin.
Yeah, well, I don't know. So if you watch the market with my tape, there is actually a decent amount of money that trades through there. It is not uncommon to see a 5-coin lot go through in Bitcoin. And when you consider that like 5 Bitcoins is like $100,000, and this is going through all the time. Basically, there are some robots over in the cryptocurrency market that are swinging pretty big amounts. So it's kind of a mixed bag, because there's definitely some whales and big orders and stuff like that, but then there's also all of these little tiny people that are only buying like $20 worth, and it kind of almost becomes random.
Tucker said Bitcoin this morning. Right, most is bid/ask, other is volume profile.
Oh, that's Bookmap. Well, that's not what I see, and that's supposed to be GDAX. The rightmost is bid ask, and the other is volume profile.
Tucker said, yeah.
See, he's saying, we'll bring this over here. So he's saying that at most of these prices, only Well, okay, 5 to 8 coins went through. Sure. And that's just been just this morning. Yeah, I think that's about what I've seen just looking at the order tape. Yeah, it's just you just have to realize that Bitcoin is worth $10,000 right now. So that was really $80,000 that went through at that price level. And with the number of lots that probably actually went through there, it's actually a lot more than you think. You know, basically you should
Tucker
just
said,
take
yeah,
that.
last 5 minutes or so. It seems that crypto is huge on aggressive orders. Rare to see absorption.
Yes, it's very rare to see absorption. Which exchange was it? There is one exchange that has iceberg orders, but that's it. And if I was a big fish, I wouldn't be using. But here's the reason it's that way. It's so thin. So you talking about an instrument where one Bitcoin is worth $10,000 and you can buy it in cents, right? That would be like if you could buy treasuries with, 2 more decimal points added on to the end of it, and that was 1 tick, right? It's so because of the way that they price it, and I think that the exchanges just don't know any better, but because of the way that they price it, it's basically guaranteed to be thin. And so because it's so thin, you don't want to put a market order or a limit order in there. Now they try and encourage people to do that. Like on GDAX, you don't pay a fee if you use a limit order because they have a hard time getting liquidity. But the result is basically that the market is always one way. It'll auction up one way until all of the people that are FOMOing at that point are out, and then it will immediately swing back the other way really, really hard. And so because of that, if you put in a limit order on the bid, the chances of you getting filled are very, very low. And so at that point, if you want to get filled, you just have to use a market order. Yeah, the most interesting thing about the crypto market is you're going to see so many young programmers writing all kinds of different bots. Yes. And we've seen that if you write a bot that just follows a freaking trend line in the cryptocurrency markets, it actually tends to work a good portion of the time. Although I don't know if there's an overall positive expectancy on those strategies. You got to trade the highest volume markets. Some trading strategies work so well once you get them right. I think the markets with the most liquidity work the best for the order flow trading that I use, and that's why ZN is the best instrument for it.
Tucker said, talk about nonsense, IMO. Crazy market.
Yeah, it is. The other thing that's nice about the cryptocurrency market is that you don't have to have a ton of money. $100 could get you started in crypto, and you could have fun and learn a lot just trading $100. Well, I don't know if this thing is going to, it really looks like it got stuck in the mud here. But I don't know if it's actually going to reverse. Not sure what ZN is. Oh, Nicholas. So ZN is the middle DOM on my screen. And it's the 10-year Treasury notes. So the 10-year, and then over in Europe, the German Bund are basically the highest liquidity instruments.
IQ said I.imager.com.
But when you're trading treasuries, you are trading against central banks. The biggest of big fishes, other countries, right? So when you see a move start to happen in the futures, you know, there can be a lot of size behind it. And that's why that's how we're able to just sit and just watch the order flow. Yeah. And that creates the most reliable edge, in my opinion. Maybe there's a more reliable edge out there that I don't know about, but as far as I know, the order flow on the 10-year is the most reliable edge that you can find in the markets today. Yeah, bonds are certainly huge. Yep. So I read a story the other day, Zero Hedge. I have to say, I really don't like that website because they peddle so much conspiracy theory nonsense and oh, the market is going to fall apart all the time. But they do provide market information that is actionable. And one of the things that I learned yesterday was that the Chinese are not dumping US bonds. So all of this, that we're taking on more debt and things like that, they don't care. And in fact, the Chinese are actually buying more. It's the Japanese that are dumping them. And so the 6J, probably a pretty good instrument to be watching right now, because it's the Japanese that are
Alligator
selling
said
the most.
THXIQ, are they based on a daily time frame analysis?
Aren't they based on a daily time frame?
IQ said why?
Oh, this was IQ's, what is this? Okay, interest rates. 2-day ROC buy high breakout continuation setup. Oh, those are just the price levels.
IQ said i.imager.com. IQ said my zero hedge LOL.
It's really weird to see a 10K on a Friday. I kind of almost wonder if that was it. Like maybe the traders made their money there on that move up and they left. Well, I did take a +4. The thing is I don't know if 145 actually cleared. I actually saw here. Nope, they didn't trade. I don't see any big lots that went through there. And the Jigsaw DOM only showed the 92. So I'm going to say that there is a pretty good chance that I didn't get filled there. Now it did come back down a second time. So I think I would have taken 2 to 3 ticks on that. But I feel bad about it. That I got a fill from the simulator that's not accurate. I guess as long as there's enough constant volume for natural market phenomena to occur that work with strategies over time, I'm happy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's advantages to everything. There are some people out there that trade oil and do very, very well. But those people are really, really good, and I don't think I will ever be as good at trading oil as them. And you guys posted a bunch of articles over the night. Oh. Anabolic, I'm streaming ES trading on Twitch today. Would like to see that. Cracks appear in credit funds as investor head for the exit. Yeah. Pay off your credit cards, guys. Rates are going up. If you have stuff on your credit cards, pay it off. And if you have all of your credit cards paid off, don't take out new debt. Because you don't want to be stuck with that high interest rate and then everything falls. Not that I'm expecting a market collapse anytime soon, but at some point it's going to happen. You want to be prepared. You want to be saving up your huge wad of cash right now so that when the recession comes, maybe in a couple of years, I hope. Let's hope it's a few years. You're ready to buy the crap out of everything at the bottom. Coming in sync with your market is super important. It takes experience and time. Yes. You know, one of the things I was thinking about this last night or this morning, or I don't know why, but it seems to me that I've been progressing a lot faster since I traded the 10-year because its behavior just seems a lot more consistent to me. You know, because I started, you know, there was times when I was getting 35% in CB. And when I went to ZN, you know, that alone increased my win percentage. But then as I started practicing with it, I very quickly went from like 40% win rate to like a 50% win rate. Increase my student loan payments by like 10 times the minimum for the past few months with rates rising. Should be gone in the next few. No more debt. Oh, that would be so nice for you. Because student loan is so much. I don't know. I don't understand how you people do it. My parents, I mean, they're not rich by any means, but they did make enough money to be able to pay for my schooling. And so I never had to deal with that. And, you know, I always felt like, especially when I was starting, that I was spending like the bare minimum on things, that the most of my money went into my house and everything else was trying to save up for things. And if I had student loans, there was no way that I would be able to feed myself. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, and then there's people out there that take out student loans on the dumbest things. It's just, come on. Who said that they were going to sling ES Live on Twitch? Oh, somebody said that in the general channel. Anabolic. But he didn't post the link. You should have just posted a link. I bet you could probably, we could probably find him on Twitch, though. Let's see if we can find him. We can go to twitch.tv. And we're going to search ES. Or maybe trading. Bitcoin and crypto trading. Oh, there's me. Pokemon. Somebody in Japanese. Maybe. No, I don't see it. Maybe he's not. Maybe he decided not to do it. We should just all stream. I'll add you. We can add each other to the. When I'm not streaming, it'll show your channel. It'll be great. We'll have a whole network. Get lots of viewers that way. I think it's fun. I mean, the thing with treasuries are slow sometimes, guys. You gotta have somebody to talk to. Not so much where you're distracted and you're not paying attention to what's happening like I do sometimes, but I think it's really good to talk to other traders if you're trading treasuries.
Anabolic said twitch.tv.
Oh, here we go. BBW lover. Oh, okay, here we go. So he's using Ninja Trader 7. Is he talking? No, he's not talking. Seven people viewing. Not bad. I think he might have more people than me right now. Oh no, we're about the same. That's cool though. Good job. I made a comment that people like. I must be losing my edge, guys. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, there we go. So yesterday, oh, let's get into this one. So yesterday, there was everything on Facebook was just going crazy about this latest shooting, and I posted, kind of for trolling's sake, but I posted, well, you should give training to teachers on how to conceal carry and handle a situation like this. So apparently in Utah, and I don't know if Utah is the only place, but at least in Utah, and I didn't know this before this, but in Utah, it is legal for you to conceal carry in school if you are a teacher. So I say we should give those teachers better training and stuff. But and I posted it on a thread from a person that was a teacher, and it was like, these people that are more liberal, they don't think that anybody should have guns, and teachers tend to be liberal people. So to say that teachers, these liberal teachers, should buy guns and protect their students was like beyond the pale for some people. It really ignited a firestorm of discussion. Oh, which I missed. Well, my trade didn't materialize. I gotta go clear snow too. Catch you all Monday. Alright, I'll see you later, Tucker. I don't know. We did make a new high there. There was a lot of volume that went through, but they really got stuck in the mud. I feel that there's a good probability that we're going to reverse here, but I don't actually have like a back-tested signal that tells me that it's okay to go short here. So I may just sit here the rest of the session and yap. Oh, Silver Fox, I need some advice. I've been thinking about doing Bitcoin 500, but I don't know if I should or not. Well, I'm not quite sure what is that? Bitcoin 500. Is that something different? I mean, if you want to go into cryptocurrencies, I would say you could totally buy right now. For sure. You have a pretty good risk reward in Bitcoins, and this would be a good place to learn how to trade. I don't know if this is it. So if I was going to go into cryptocurrencies, I would, and you're in the US, I would just get an account on GDAX or Gemini. Okay, the E-mini opened up and they are going down. Is that why we are moving up? Let's pull them up. Some decent volume going through in the futures before the open. I wonder why it does that. Oh yeah. Get rid of that order column in the E-mini so that I'm not tempted, because I really suck at trading the E-mini apparently. Oh yeah, have you heard this one too? CIA lawyers are arguing that they can selectively release classified information to trusted journalists while withholding the same information from citizens who request it through open records law. What a load of crap. It really bothers me, some of the stuff that they're not letting us see. Like this memo that from Devin Nunes or whatever. They didn't want us to see it. Now there's this Democrat one. Yeah, I think we should see that one too. I hope that they make the changes so that we can see the Democrat one too. Bombshell report. Trump affair. I'm sure. Oh, this one's different. Donald Trump had an affair with former Playmate of the Year, Karen McDougal, well married to his current wife, Milena. McDougal wrote in an 8-page handwritten note, which her friend John Crawford shared with the New Yorker's Ron Farrow. Okay, so that's not like the most reliable source in the world, but it's not like they're saying anything crazy or anything, so it could totally be true. I was so nervous I was into his intelligence and charm, such a polite man. We talked for a couple of hours and then it was on. We got naked and had sex. Okay. I almost have to wonder if Donald Trump himself would leak something like that, because that was a little bit too positive on the president there.
Trade the traders said learn trading with Bitcoin? Cool. You can do 10,000% there. The good thing is you can only lose 100% face with stuck out tongue and winking eye.
Oh yeah, totally. No, he's totally right. The risk reward is like lose everything or make like, 10 times your money. And, if it's only $20, that's a really good risk reward ratio. Now, of course, I say you don't hold. I actually think that your probability of, if you trade Bitcoin, like you swing it and you use some of the information that we've been putting out, I think that your probability of making some money is actually pretty good. But don't get greedy, because those 80% drawdowns will always happen. It's not just because it's a new thing. It's inherent in Bitcoin. Okay, so 6J is moving down still. And we had a few good ticks down there. Decent volume. 5 years definitely falling. E-mini made a slight move up. Maybe it pivoted. It's unclear if it's done yet. But if the E-mini recovers these, 7 points and heads higher, I think there's a good chance that in Treasuries we could go down. So I think our probability with going short has gotten a little bit better. I'm still not sure that it's enough to justify trading against the volume weighted average price. Cafe Late, what you trading? Can I get a link to the Discord? Oh, is the link on the channel is expired? Really? Oh, okay, let me get you a new one. It's just no limit. And I will post it in here. Yeah, when we're trading, the 10-year Treasury note is the one that we're trading. So the big one right here, ZN. Or we're kind of watching the E-mini to see if the E-mini is going to go up or down. Okay. Where is this? Yeah, that was a pretty good buy spike, so I think it's safe for us to take this because ZN is reacting to it. They've got all of the correlations are going in a good direction, so I think a short here is good. And our risk is above, well, it's not, I don't know, it's not the best risk. 21. But it's above the last kind of pivot area. So there's that. Don't like seeing all these icebergs, but we've seen a lot of big ones today that they've just plowed through, so... yeah. Like the E-mini to... I mean, it looks like a pretty good run, but it could certainly be going a little bit faster. Yeah, so I guess I need to go and update everything to put the newer Discord link in my video descriptions, I guess. I wonder why that other one expired. Is it just because maybe when I make a new... anytime I make a new link, it makes it expires the old one, maybe? Okay. So this little tail here in the 5-year concerns me. There's the 43. If when the E-mini busts through that, that'll be... probably should be another tick down for us. Oh my. Okay. There's some stops there on that one. Ouch. Okay. I'm gonna have to hold off on that, I think.
Alligator said back L195 IMO only a pullback ES open bet on a breakup, at best 300, just dreaming.
Just dreaming. Yeah, when it first started going there, it really looked like what the E-mini was moving up, that we were moving down, and that it was a good correlation to trade. But then we hit the iceberg order, which was bad. Maybe I should have gotten out just on... maybe the iceberg should have just scared me out. This is Friday, but when we traded up and there was some stops, and it wasn't really moving along with the E-mini anymore after that. So at that point, I'd say that the reversal trade was a dud. No, I'm not sure if I can go long here or not. Been awfully choppy. Now ZB, it seems like, was one of the drivers here for us to move up. That makes sense since it looks like we're still flattening overall. Yeah. Might give us a level break trade here. No, I didn't like that. We could still go, I mean, it's still okay for long, but I was really hoping for more absorption there. Maybe this just isn't the spot. No. Okay. Hmm. Now what's the deal here? Oh, now they absorb. Okay. A lot of robots fiddling around with that level 2 there. Not quite sure what the E-mini's doing here. Looks like they might fall, but Hmm.
Alligator said ZF is running into R1 112 could lead to a pullback.
Nope, stops. See?
Alligator said yes, a good thesis.
I was saying maybe it's the people that that went short on what, Wednesday or whenever it was. When we got the CPI report, they've probably kept their shorts on, and they were hoping to, get a good profit, take it off at a good profit today, and instead it's going up, and that's why they're getting stopped out. So these are like guys in profitable positions that are panicking and getting out. Because every time we get a tick up, I see stops. Well, not every time we get a tick up, but every time that we get like a significant tick up or a new high, I see stops. And when we get a significant tick down or we move down, it's like they let them. Well, the E-mini has been chopping around here like a madman. And I really have no clue which way it's going to go. Long is definitely the way to go here in Treasuries right now, but I think we still need to be vigilant because we could get stop runs. Oh, they could really try and pull it down. And we have seen that a few times here where they had runs down. So, okay. They're trying really hard here. Yeah. Oh, watch if this ticks up, this might be an easy tick. Okay. See, they've already pulled down to 800. Okay, well, people use that opportunity to get filled. So that was not what I expected. It just kind of makes it neutral. Boom, boom, boom. And sure pulling it quick though, aren't they?
Trade the traders said the markets are shit. Almost no chance fill by a limit. Yes, it will be fun over 36.25.
Well, we really should be trading below 2021 if we're still in an uptrend.
Alligator said use a 1 plus PT noise range to get better fills.
So I got two ticks overall today. I think I would have gotten filled there at 22. Oh, and of course the White House denies having an affair. Okay. Jeez, that's kind of interesting. Oh, Mitt Romney did announce, huh? Well, look, now that I'm out, maybe it's going to go.
Alligator said ZN pullback to R1 210 looks over, but ZF is still weak, needed for more.
It's a little, the way that that ticked up and the way that the level 2 looks right now, it really feel like the probability is that we make a new high. But the way that the action has been moving, it's kind of shady. This is the best word that I can use. They're trying to trick people. So I don't feel as confident as I should about taking a long here. Especially since, yeah, see, look at that. Okay, so is there news at 8? Yeah, there must be. There must be, because that makes no sense. 8. Consumer sentiment. Wait, is a 99 allowed? Does that mean that 99% of consumers, is that how that number works? A level of composite index based on surveyed consumers. Okay, so it's not a percentage. It's actually been higher before.
Alligator said why Michi really good.
Oh, Michi means Michigan Consumer Sentiment. Yeah.
Alligator said sentiment, expectation and actual situation.
So see what I mean? Where when I was saying, oh, it really seems like it should be going up here, and we came down 2 ticks. Trixie. Trixie Wales this is. I don't know if you've seen this, but there's a way to make Discord invites permanent. Well, I thought that you just say never expire, right? Yeah. Oh, maybe it was because it happened prior to this update. So maybe I just need to make it again. Okay.
Alligator said if they hold their levels after these news, that's pretty bullish.
Hmm. I think at this price you could only buy. You really could only buy here. It's not a sell. Because we've just been in a range. It's just gonna go back against you a few ticks. Donald Trump is going to be going to Florida.
Alligator said no, I don't think so, oversold conditions more important IMO.
Okay.
Alligator said and long run as we had lead to profit taking. Trade the traders said I need coffee, sleeping symbol, no fill at 22 for short. Alligator said both in ES and Ts.
You think that the ES is going to come down then? Yawn. Okay. Curious. That was a little bit too easy. That's a little bit more like what I would expect. Ticking back and forth. How's our Bitcoins doing? Oh, by the way, yesterday, I didn't mention this, but remember we were saying, oh, look, they've been fading it, but yesterday they got stopped out. See that? Bitcoin's back over 10,000. Excuse me. Looks like she should roll over from here. I don't know. EBD is being tricky too. No, George Stephanopoulos will be interviewing Comey. That will be interesting. Okay. There you go. Come on. So they're gonna fight him there quite a bit at 22, I guess. E-mini looks like it's about ready to just roll over. Yeah, that offer pulled way too quickly. Hmm. So ZF went up there back to the high and didn't pierce through. And it's going to come back a little bit. And so did the note. S&P 500 is still extremely unclear. Okay. Break even day. Well, let's reset the DOM at least. So it does kind of seem like they're reacting to the E-mini a little bit. Because the E-mini made a move back up to the VWAP and then we fell 21.
Trade the traders said nothing to do for me. I only trade reversal and flipper pattern. Bill at 0.220 ZN short now wait for the party ES over 36.25.
No, he's short. That 20 half pulled. Interesting.
Alligator said I agree it's looking like a rev, seems ZN hold them all but ZF and ZB looks topping, ZB at R1. Trade the traders said sleeping symbol such days are not for me.
Okay. So short was the right direction off of that one for sure.
Trade the traders said out plus 4 too lame for me. Alligator said buy the dip is back in equities.
Yeah, right. Buy the dip. Buy the dip.
Trade the traders said let's the party begin in ES.
Is it gonna rip out of here? Hmm. Hmm. Now they start heading back up.
Trade the traders said long ES 34.25 TP 62.00. Let's see what happen over 37.27.
He really thinks it's going up, huh? Curious though that the Treasuries pivoted there.
Alligator said why.
Hmm. That's interesting. There's some big orders in ZB and they took them off. There's some big orders in ZN and that's still there, and there's some big orders in ZF and that's still there. And the E-mini is on quite a tear. Hmm.
Trade the traders said I cannot look at this. Already plus 20, take profit or not. I go. Either fill or kill.
Well, that up move looked awfully short-lived. For the time being, at least, it looked awfully short-lived. Okay. Well, that was an okay tick up. They pulled some of it immediately. Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. Another good tick up. You guys seen this Dogecoin mining gif? Look at this. Well, he gives the computer to the dog, and he starts mining Dogecoins. Oh, hi Def Pluto. Looking to earn some Bitcoin. I got 5 Bitcoin in 3 days when I met this wonderful hacker. He helped me and I got the Bitcoin in 3 days. Trojan Queen 00. Well, it's a little interesting that they decided to range right here around 220 and not go for the high. I really think that this guy sitting at 24 wants to get filled. Here in ZB, same thing. See these? Oh, look, they're back. I think I just want to sit here and wait, because if we fall out of this zipper down, it'll just be break even. But I think that if we come out of the top of it, we should get a new high. And everything about where the big orders on the DOM are says that we're going to go up. Yep, those upticks look a lot more positive too. Yeah, oh wow, look at that. I just plowed into that 22 halves. Ooh.
Alligator said probably closing in front of 145.01 R2.
Yeah. Oh, there's a single print. That could also be a target. The bird. My Neo went up through the EMA 100 on the 6 hour. That bad? Too much? My bird's really frustrated when he makes that rat rat. That's frustrated, like, come pay attention to me. Price action in cryptocurrencies right now just kind of look like a wash to me. Maybe we get some buying in the afternoon, and then it'll be like last weekend and it'll just kind of be quiet until they set up for the week on Sunday night. Okay, so it's still holding this really well. I think that they're going to push through. And then 112 is just gotta get hit in ZF. Nope. ZF not ready to do it yet. Oh yeah, I have to let the dogs out, huh? Okay, that bothers me. I put it on and it went, I was at like 14 and then they dropped it to 7 and then they put it back on. Yeah, so there's an iceberg here. People are already
Alligator
hitting the
said
high
we're
of the
back to
day.
usual slow markets, need a breakup in ZF.
That time they kicked him down 107 a little too easily. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm gonna take care of the animals. Okay, well that was a good place getting out. 'Cause I got 3 and we ticked down. Well, we will watch it until my meeting. So we're still here, but I don't know if I'm going to take any more trades. And let's just analyze some of these. So there was this 46. Where was that at? That was at 739. Oh, that's so disappointing. Right here, 739. And I was short. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that was a bad trade. I guess at the time I didn't really realize that it had pivoted, but yes, that one I should have at least gotten out earlier on. And then this one at 8:15.
Alligator said you can play the range several times before a significant move occurs for sure. Not a good day for position trading, alas.
Yeah. This one, I suppose is okay. I only lost 2 on it, so would have been better for it to have been 1. I probably could have made it out with 1. But, yeah. Okay. And then this one, I could have gotten +4 on it, but I didn't. So, I'd say overall, for such a choppy day, that I should be grateful. It's not bad. At least we covered the commissions, so there's that. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, about the Neo, it's fine. It's just signs of holding on towards breaching an all-time high. Okay, well. Oh, anabolic did pretty good there. Okay. That's not bad. Well, that's like, he made 800, so that's like 12 ticks or something. Ba-ba. They're not even gonna give him less than that, huh?
Alligator said looks good RN.
No. Gosh darn it. See, I said, oh, I think it's going to go up, but it will take a really long time and I'll change my mind 5 times before it happens. So instead it went around and it just immediately turned around and went up. You can be right when you're wrong and wrong when you're right. Nah, and I can't chase that. That sucks. That really sucks. Well, they still haven't gotten 24. You know what? ZB did not make a new high there. Or ZF. Maybe he'll come down and give us a better spot. Mitt Romney did announce that he's going to run for Senate in Utah. Already want to puke. I used to really like Mitt Romney, but now I feel like that when you run for president and you lose, that you're supposed to go away, not become senator, doesn't live in Utah. It's not personal. I would have preferred to have seen somebody else step up. Oh.
Alligator said painful. At one point if it keeps failing it's going to reverse.
I'm just reading about this Mitt Romney thing, and I'll read you something from Politico here. When he goes forward, Romney intends to carefully skirt questions about how he'll deal with the president and what could be in store for his future, amid speculation that he's already plotting a role in leadership or even another campaign for the White House. Instead, Romney plans to keep it hyper-local, presenting himself as someone who will tend to the state's needs even though his election is essentially a foregone conclusion, according to several people who have spoken with him in recent weeks. So, if he ran against Donald Trump, that would probably, not help him because most people in Utah support Donald Trump. But he would still get elected. Almost without question, he would still get elected. But now that he's playing this this local angle, I also think that's kind of a loser because I think that other people that might run, assuming that we get a smart guy to run. I know that Larry Myers, he's okay. He's a very strong Donald Trump supporter, but I wouldn't say that he's like the most serious politician I've ever seen. Maybe if McDougal ran, They might be able to make it the case that they're better able to represent Utah. So that strategy could come back to bite him in the butt. Of course, I still think he'll probably win, but it is curious. At one point it keeps falling, it's going to reverse. Well,
Alligator said watching short N there's a chance for ZT to push at HOD with ZF, ZN holds above R1 and higher lows is encouraging too. I give a little more time but not optimistic RN. Alligator said pivot is in the middle not holding price.
did we go through it? No. Yeah, you know.
Alligator said yes.
If that order in ZB moves is going to be bad. Oh, Ellen talked about Bitcoin on her show. Oh boy. Wait, is Utah a state with Mormon people? Yes. Yes, it is. So it's a state with Mormon people and very conservative. And Mitt Romney's running here, and Mitt Romney's Mormon. So of course everybody's going to vote for the biggest Mormon celebrity ever, right? And yeah, I mean, that's the long and short of it. The funny thing is that people in Utah really don't like Donald Trump. But they still vote for him and support him in like record percentages. So it's like it's just too hard for people in Utah to be a part of the Democrat Party because they're all, you know, there's too many social issues that go against them, like abortion, for instance. And the Democrat Party adheres so hard to its mantra on those particular issues that there's nobody in Utah can really seriously consider themselves a part of the Democrat Party. So you get this situation, but then on the other side with Donald Trump, it's like people in Utah have been getting everything that they want out of Donald Trump. Like they got rid of they reduced the size of the national monument down south, and they change taxes the way that people have always been saying they wanted. So people in Utah vote for Donald Trump in record amounts. But when you look at like his favorability ratings and things like that, it's like it's the lowest amongst Republicans. So they hate him, but they still support him every step of the way. Hey, how's it going, Monstar? Just a slow Friday. Just kind of chilling until got to go for my meeting. I took +3. I don't know if I'm gonna make another trade. Seeing some big numbers in ES. It's hard to say in ES because we've seen it blow through those just time and time again all week. But it does seem like this might be an appropriate place for it to turn around. Yeah. Romney is just like Hillary running in a state. He can't win because he can't win in his real home state. He does have a residence in Utah. The E-mini, the one on the left, is the ES. Yeah, right here. See all these bubbles? I wonder if it's going to pivot here. I think that it probably will pivot, but that doesn't mean that that's the high of the day. Meanwhile, we got a zipper in ZF. It's actually not a bad buy right here. It's not enough for me to click, but it's not a horrible buy off of that iceberg in ZF. And especially if the E-mini turns around, that could push us higher. For sure. Okay, so now we just ticked up. And they're pulling in ZF. Don't know. Now this iceberg at 21.5.
Alligator said YES could consolidate, ZN probably going to print a higher low, but I don't like ZF dynamics.
Well, Is it going to do the same thing to me again? Where I'm going to be like, oh, I should click it. I should just market order at 22. And then it doesn't go. Or, I mean, and then I don't do it, and then it goes, and it makes a new high. Yeah, there's the E-mini did pivot. And this behavior on the bid in ZN looks like lures. That they'll pull it and then they'll put it back on. So that one actually might be an accurate fill because it's estimated that about 30% of the orders that pull will be ahead of you. And, you know, we had almost half of that pulled at some point. So that may have been an accurate fill.
Over 2,745 ES not blow up, I'm out.
Yeah. That was a strong tick up.
Alligator said people shorting at R1 in the middle with tight stops looks strange, inexperience.
Well, well, well.
Alligator said L?
Yeah.
Alligator said nice.
Think they want that 40, guys. Oh man, the ZB still didn't push through. It did it. Ah. Yeah, see, when they tick up, it's a good tick, and there's stops at the top. they're going to do the level break. Did CF make a new high? No. 110 is the price that they keep having issues with. Or 112. See, nobody wants to put a big bid at 110. I guess that's the conundrum in ZF, is if you're going to make a big trade in ZF, you're going to pay a lot of commissions to just take one tick from it. So there's not going to be as many people willing to stack it at 110 for it to just go one tick up through the high, you know? Like we do in ZN, where it's like you might as well just buy the one tick below the high.
Trade the Traders said I'm out plus 44 in ES. I think it goes even higher to the zone 2760. That was my best trade this year.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to call in here.
Alligator said not trading bun today. Alligator said full point. Trade the Traders said no to slow for me. Trade the traders said if it too slow it's hard to read.
Oh, Monster's talking about Litecoin. I don't know what that one's going to do, because I mean it looks expensive, but like, you know, these things can have legs. So for me, I mean, it would obviously would have been a really great buy way back down at the bottom. Now I think that if you're not already in it, that it's probably better to just watch. But I don't quite understand why that one in particular is moving so much more than everything else, other than there's a fork. Whoa, okay, so I took that off too early.
Alligator said, man, those are the best days in Bund. Only hit your highs with small pullbacks, grinding up with us bonds oversold and reversing. Trade the traders said on the slow markets you can only trade reversal or flipper pattern. Alligator said it's a miraculous breakup in us bonds. Alligator said trade the traders, let it go, ride it, if out by DIPs, simplest days. Alligator said reversals in the direction of trend as you like them. Trade the traders said momentum trades not the best idea on the low days. Trade the traders said slow. Trade the traders said next push is coming in ES. Alligator said can't trade this afternoon, so closing books. I hope you'll catch another move. I'll trade on Monday, probably slow week ranging in Europe. Have a nice weekend.
Okay, so sorry, just got back here. Oh, Monster still thinks that Litecoin is a great to buy. I'm still waiting for my other trades to go through and then cashing out a half of my Bitcoin for Litecoin. Okay. That just seems to me like that one's overdone. I do think though that if Litecoin comes back down on my indicator, that I'll be more interested in buying it next buying opportunity. So on my indicator, which ones look the best right now? Well, so it says 62 right now. Whew. That went up fast. 62. So a lot of these right now look a little overextended, right? Bitcoin Cash is getting close to like the top of its range. If now there's a possibility that Bitcoin Cash could be popping out, because we see this all the time, like in Litecoin is probably the best example of this, where when you get a really big new high in the indicator, it actually precedes a big move, and that could be happening in Bitcoin Cash. If Bitcoin Cash goes to where I think it should, just based on the chart levels, that might actually happen. So like I said, Bitcoin Cash looks a little expensive right now, but that might be deceptive. Dash is okay. DCR is still in a pretty good spot. Oh yeah, so Dodge is probably one of the better looking ones. See, notice it's already done a little bit, but it's not a ton. So I think that Dodge has one of the better, what is the word? Upside potential right now in Dodge. So we're at like what? 0.005, and we could get to 2. That would be like quadrupling your money. So Dogecoin looks really good right now. Ethereum Classic, it's kind of in the middle here, but this one is probably going to make a new high. I think that this one for short-term trade looks really good. Ethereum, of course, is always there, but Ethereum is actually at the top of its range if we consider this the range. I don't know. This indicator hasn't worked as well on Ethereum just because it always looks undervalued, right? Like I said, Litecoin looks like it's overvalued, or that it's at the top of its range, but we have had pumps that were much bigger, like these ones. So maybe we could get a bigger pump than this could really go. But at the moment, I don't know. I'm still really unsure about that one. Now the best looking ones, Vertcoin, also looks expensive. And notice Vertcoin is looking expensive even though it's not really moving. Yeah, so the best looking ones are the ones that are all dead, right? So here's the thing. These next few coins have basically been abandoned by the market. The market felt like that they were only up because of pumps and things like that. So ZEM and then XVG especially look extremely undervalued. The amount of transactions that they're actually pushing through their blockchains is a lot higher than what it is trading at. And these coins should move up, and I do believe, so I own some Verge. I have about 150 Verge, and Verge is a really good one to mine because you can mine it with X17 algorithm, and you actually get more. It's actually easier difficulty if you use that algorithm. So if you're exploratory mining, Verge is one to definitely look at. Same here. Zek one is kind of weird, and I'm not quite sure what to make of that. So that's what how things look. Overall, though, you know, obviously the individual coin charts I think are useful, but really the thing that's most useful is the Bitcoin chart. And the Bitcoin chart says we're at 67, and I don't consider it to be oversold until, or overbought until 100, and it seems to always go past that. So I think we have a good move up. And again, on this point, when I did the calculation, we would start to look over bought at around 1800.
Trade the traders said I'm ready for today, too. ZN trade now the trainees so it goes down. Maybe 170 to 140 zone face with stuck out tongue and winking ICU.
Maybe. Anyways, so by the time it gets up there, there may be a lot more public interest and volume going through Bitcoin, and we may be able to make a new high. But it really depends on what the transaction volume looks like. And if we're getting up to 150 and we get up to that 2000 level, I'd be careful. And it seems to me like this matters the most. If you're buying when you're in accordance with what Bitcoin is doing, you will make some money. But of course, the chart does on occasion show us times where there's even more alpha in it for us. But it's a hard read, so it's, you know, don't take anything that I say as like a financial advice. I'm just explaining the indicator in the way that I see it. Okay, so that last trade was pretty good. I'm still really interested to see what happens with these big orders above us in ZB, but this thing coming down, and when we broke through there, that was a lot heavier than I thought it would be. I also note that this guy at 24 put his order back on, and this guy in ZF, when they got up there, they pulled the big order. So I think that this guy in ZF is done, and I'm not necessarily expecting a ton of upside here. So I think that this is just a good time to stop and you know, get some stuff done and go work on my tape today. I think I might add some cumulative delta to it. Where I'm actually going to try an API where it pulls it so that we can do it in the browser. It won't be quite as fast, but it'll be all in the browser, which would be nice. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I will see you guys Tuesday. Have a good weekend. 3-day weekend.